Alright, g'day fellas and people from the interwebs. I'm currently sitting to your left hand side. My name's DJ Ignyte. I'll be here tutorialing you for the next afternoon, evening or night. The mornings are reserved for sleeping, so don't bother watching. And yeah, I'm not really a DJ, but neither are you, so let's just get started. This is yet another dubstep bass wobble tutorial in FL Studio, this time using Harmor. Along with that, I'm going to be talking about the build-ups, or fucking, what were they called? Sweeps or something that people, I don't know, heaps of people keep asking me how I'm doing my build-ups like this one in pattern 44. It certainly goes for a while. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do that in FL Studio. That only requires Citrus, and I'm also going to show you a couple different methods so you can do this with any instrument in the piano roll. On top of that, I'm going to be showing you the two different utilization methods for dubstep bass wobble in order to create the most suitable dubstep song for you. As everyone is different in their methods of madness. And yeah, so we'll get started. First of all, I want to talk about these two different utilization methods for your bass wobble. The first is an interrupted wobble. So what that means is, in pattern 13 here, I've got a bit of a tune going on. And that's pretty much just repeating. But I can make this whatever melody I want. And just here where you see that gap in the lines, that's where my interrupted wobble comes in, because the tune is being interrupted to play the wobble, as I'll play now. Let me just play just these two. And that seems to be the most popular method of composing your dubstep, as you can work on, it's almost like composing a complete song like a trance or a hardstyle song, and then you're just creating these little interrupted segments for your wobble to come in. And yeah, that's really popular. The second method is to use an integrated wobble with your tune. So once again, you make your melody, you make your bass line, and you somehow manage to get a wobble to work with your bass line. As you can see here, I think it's in pattern 27. Nope, not pattern 27 at all. Oh, that's right, it's 45. Yeah, I'm retarded, sorry. So as you can see here, the tune is a bit controlled for the bass wobble, because the bass wobble is actually playing the bass with, it's reinforcing the bass line with the bass. Slip in a little interrupted wobble, which happens to go with the bass line, but only at the start. Yeah. So, how have I made these wobbles? Oh, look, that was my timer for my other attempt that's finished, but you know what, that can go get fucked. Yeah, so how have I achieved these wobbles? Well, it's really quite simple because I'm using my new plugin called Harmor. And Harmor fucking does so much more than Citrus. The reason being is because Harmor is an additive and a subtractive plugin. Just like Citrus, it has two different operators, well, multiple operators, but it's only limited to two instead of, I think it's the 6 or 8 that Citrus can have. So just like in my first two tutorials, you can get your little waves and fucking do something. I haven't really screwed around with this plugin too much, so you're going to have to excuse that and suffer because I'm not going to show you how to do it. But yeah, just like in my first two tutorials, you want to move these around and pretty much just alter them so you can achieve the sound that you want. Now these are two different sounds. They're represented in, oh there you go, A and B. And yeah, there you go. There's your fucking thing. Lovely. And yeah, so you can shape your sound, and then you can allocate your modulation and slide from A to B and all sorts of other things. Actually, no, I think I'm on crack. Yeah, no. A has two different timbres, and B has another two different timbres. So you can create two. You're using the one plugin to create two different sounds or instruments, and you can actually go between the two or play them both at the same time or mute them or whatever the fuck. So yeah, that's that story. And pretty much what I've done to achieve this sound is I've opened up, oh, this is gonna suck, isn't it? I've opened up Harmor, and I think it was Dubstep 1. And I've fucked around with the modulation and the frequency speed in both A and B. Now that's a real pain in the ass because whatever you change to B, you need to change to A. And I know a lot of you are going to say, why don't you just click on the part link button? That link button only works for these encoders and sliders up here, nothing down here, unfortunately. The reason, well, you can tell if it's linking or not when you move this and it starts flashing. See how it's flashing there when I move this encoder? Yeah. And if I move this, it's not. And if I move this, it's not. Yeah. So there you go. So that is a real pain in the ass because if you change the speed of a wobble in, say, A and not the speed in B, then when you play a note, you'll normally get two different sounds, but for some reason, oh, that's because I'm on crack again. Here we go. So can you hear those two different wobbles? Yeah, one's going really slowly and the other one's going a bit faster. If I sped this one up, you'd hear it a bit more better, actually. But, of course, some of you might like that. You're on crack. But that's what some people like, apparently. So, yeah. Your X modulation in Dubstep 1 adjusts the speed for both of them. And the Y modulation is, I think, your frequency or your cutoff. Yeah, I think it's your frequency. Or your envelope. One of the two. And fuck knows what this Z does. I think it's just depth or whatever. But, so that's what I've used. If you haven't got Harmor, I highly suggest you get it. Once again, you can use my 10% discount and get it yourself. It's definitely worth purchasing. And I can tell you now that it is better than Harmor by Native Instruments because it is an additive and a subtractive plugin, whereas Harmor isn't. It's only one of them. So, yeah, these build-ups. How did I do it? Well, yeah. This build-up is just a simple citrus sound called flow. Now, by default, the flow actually goes down, not up, as I will show you here. Open up citrus, drop down, presets, and flow is kicking around over here somewhere. Where the fuck have you gone? Where have you disappeared to, Flow? I need you. If you can see it, fucking, oh my god. Where? I always do this. I know exactly what I want, but I can't bloody find what I'm looking for. Yeah, no, I really can't find it this time. The hell is wrong with me? There it is. Thank fuck. Oh, that took too long. Sorry, guys. So yeah, this is your stock flow sound with middle C. So that's actually quite useful for a nice drop. Now, in order to modify it, there we go. You go on operator 1, pitch. Expand that out a bit. Even though this is maxed out, the slider thing, you can still slide it across. And if you click on that little line and your mouse turns into the arrow, you can actually zoom out, which is very handy. But if you move it, it does the stupid fucking thing again. So this is essentially a pitch when you press the note. And what you can do is you can drag it out so it takes longer to get to the bottom. You can make it so it does it quicker. Play a high note. And also you can make it go up. Change the envelope. Of course, once it hits the end note, it's just going to stay at that end note and play a whistle, as you can see here in my wave candy. So yeah, and pretty much with mine, I just dragged the fuck out of it. I made it go for a long time. And the envelope was pretty much straight. So yeah, that's one very simple and easy way to achieve your whatchamacallit. What else have I got? This stupid thing that goes down. That's simple. That's just a very, very simple drop preset in Harmor. Once again, yeah, there you go. FX, drop 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there's a couple others. Power-ups, which is another majigger. So yeah, fucking seriously, Harmor, get into that shit because it just has so many things built into it. I wouldn't recommend just using the preset straight out. I would recommend using some effects and stuff to just change it around a little bit, make it sound a little bit more unique so everyone's not running around making songs that use the exact same sounds, because that's just fucking shit. Yeah, and the third way to create these sliding notes, very, very simple. All you need is a piano roll. Now, if I open up, I'm just going to open up a Citrus here. And I'm not going to have an arpeggiated instrument because that's just going to be terrible. Deep. There you go. This is simple as. So, I'm going to find the next empty, pattern 50. Awesome. Just so you know that this isn't one of those instruments that automatically slides the note up for you. And what you can do is just double click and go slide. Or am I lying? Oh, there you go. Something like that, yeah. You heard it slide before though. There you go. Did you hear that slide? If I do this, so this is the extent of your slide. Did you hear that? So it's playing that note and it's sliding down to that. So you need to have this note in front. If you have them starting at the same time, oh, it will still do it. There you go. Made a low out of me. And if you go up, you can do that with any instrument, like, at all. I'm pretty sure you can even do it with a piano. Let's try it. Oh, wow, you can't. I'm sorry, that sounds terrible. Alright, well yeah, that's pretty much the extent of this tutorial, guys. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments, or maybe if one of you guys want me to explain something else, yeah, feel free to ask me. But yeah, until then, I'm DJ Ignyte. I'm not really a DJ, but neither are you. And yeah, fucking have a good one. Farewell for now.